So for the setup of the couch, we have a couch towel, which is usually sort of grey for aesthetic treatments. We have a silk on top, a little pillow and a flower, couch paper already on the bed, and then we'd roll up the towel that the clients are going to be covered with at the end of the bed. Now this is actually not the easiest thing to do, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so this is usually a towel which covers the whole of the client, and it's a sheet, it's a towel sheet. Okay, that goes, it's lined up to the end of the bed, so you can see at the bottom of the bed is just almost touching the floor. So now you backtrack. Okay, there's the towel, and this silk actually goes up on top. Ready to go. And the client comes into the salon, into the room like this. This bed is prepared and the client actually walks through the salon. That's all she sees when she comes into the treatment room. Okay, so for the BB Glow treatment with dermaplaning, we've got these products. Cleanser, salicylic acid cleanser, salicylic acid based toner. We've got 2 serums, depending on which type, it doesn't really matter. We've got 2 serums and 3 peels. And we've got 2 BB Glow serums, light and a dark. And the dermaplaning scalpel, dermapen, a nano needle, and some cotton pads. All on a tray, ready to go. And I've actually done it in order of the treatment, so I just don't need to move from here at all. I'm just going to give you a mirror. Tell me what you're thinking and what you'd like to sort of, you know, achieve from your skin. Just tell me what you're seeing that I am also seeing.
So I think it'd be nice to kind of help, you know, as I mentioned with my breakouts at the moment, and just to make it a bit more even complexion, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really bad at the moment.
You don't want the mirror? Have you been picking as well?
I think I do.
That you can't say you haven't been.
I think I do. I think I do it without realising. Yeah, I think it's like it's you know, like a habit that I've got, because my mum, when I'm at my mum, she tells me off all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do it without
thinking it.
Yeah.
But it's so natural, almost like when you see one, it's like rather than a bump, you'd rather have a mark and flat. Yeah. But what happens is when the minute that you squeeze it, the bacteria inside spreads out. The action of actually squeezing it goes zoom. That's why you get them in the same place, because under the skin the bacteria is spreading.
Right.
Yeah, that's why you tend to find like you've got the 3 in that area. It's from squeezing, and it's from that. It's all it is you probably ended up with 1 squeeze, and that bacteria transferred over to the nearest surrounding. But you know what? It's so tempting. I've done it myself. Okay, so with the dermaplaning, I'm obviously going to avoid the marks that you've got, but the evenness in the skin tone is really good with BB.
Okay.
Alright, so certainly around the eyes and forehead and around the mouth, I think we can just nicely even out the skin tone. Even the marks that you've got, it'll be really interesting to see at the end of the treatment how they change. Yeah, so we're going to take a before and after.
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with cleansing the skin, then the dermaplaning, and then I've got a peel, serum, and this stuff here. I've got a choice of 2 different shades, a whitening lightening one for pigmentation and a slightly darker one. But I think with you, I just might use the lightening whitening one for just getting the skin brighter. Okay? Any questions at all?
No, that's everything.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, so on another trolley, I've got 2 bowls of water, 1 warm water, 1 cold water for the chemical peel. So the cold water needs to be quite chilled. 2 of these gauzes, some cotton pads, dishes for the products, certainly the peel, 2 different types of brushes, antiseptic for the hand, and I've also got gloves and a face mask, some tissues, and another bowl of water. Okay, and I've got some extra gauzes. I've got everything next to me, so I won't be getting up. Larger areas, which is the cheek, you use the 4 fingers, circular movements. You use the thumb, and at the same time I'm doing the chin, I'm also cleaning here with my 4 fingers, so you can see how I'm going like that. Then I'm doing the jaw with my 4 fingers, 1 finger, then 2. So if you've got larger space, you use 2 fingers. If you've got smaller space, 1, and then you can glide. It should all flow. Doesn't matter how, and you should start the movements from the lower face, working upwards. See, my nose is my connector to the forehead, and then I glide. And if any point this cleanser actually starts to get a little bit dry, just wet the hands and go again. And because there isn't massage in this treatment, it's actually quite nice to prolong your cleanse. If she had makeup on, I definitely would do 2 cleanses, but if she hasn't got makeup on, there's no reason. I'm going to tone it off after this. So these are quite big. You just turn them into half so they can be better controlled, and then like that, one side, then the other side, then do the T-zone, sweep the nose, come to the sides. Then you can go outwards on the cheeks, outwards on the cheeks, pressure on the temple, and finish. So I'm going to now take a cleanser, a little bit of cleanser for the eye makeup. Or if she hasn't got any eye makeup but it still needs cleansing, she might have a little bit of sort of dirt. Again, I've put the cleanser into both of these pads, and I'm going to do the lips. If there was lipstick there, I would definitely get cleanser on this, and I would just loosen up the lipstick with this cotton bud, and then I would wipe off, but she hasn't got any lipstick at all. Okay. Do one eye at a time, support the eyebrow here, wipe down. So I've cleansed, and I haven't toned yet. I'm going to tone after the scrub. Okay, so I'm going to put the brightening scrub on her because it will really lighten, brighten her skin. Just put some into a dish. Okay, so don't use a brush with this because the brush is going to get dark and you're never going to be able to get this tamarind off it, and turmeric. This one's got a lot of tamarind, turmeric and honey in it. It's a natural fruit acid. Turmeric has always been good for brightening up the skin. Traditionally, the Asians use it a lot for skin whitening. And tamarind is a great fruit acid. It naturally dissolves the glue that holds the dead skin together. So there's no need, often there's no need to use the chemical peel to get the layers of the dead skin off, because this is so much more effective and it's natural. It's just, you know, almost like it's out of the kitchen. It smells a bit herby as well. And this is something they can carry on and use at home. You know, using this once a week will really keep the skin clear. It helps with the spots as well. The honey in there is very much an antiseptic. turmeric is an antiseptic as well, so it will be good for her marks here. Okay, and then take a little bit of water in the hands, and we're just going to take it to the neck. Because what will happen if you don't do the neck is you get a lightness in the face, and the neck is a little bit darker. So make sure that the neck has also got some scrub in there. You should use your fingers to do the scrubbing, not the whole hand, and not just the tips of your fingers, not the whole fingers. It should be a light movement, and your hand should just flow and glide. And if you feel that it's actually a little bit dry, go back and get some water. It's very, very light movement, because it's not the scrubbing that's going to get her dead skin off. It's actually the enzyme in the tamarind that's going to get it off. So you just want to make sure that it's actually delivered into the skin, so that that glue that's holding the dead skin together, that's bound the dead skin together, is just dissolved. And that's the main aim of this treatment. A lot of scrubs actually have the grain to really harshly exfoliate the skin. This is not like that. This is a really smart scrub. Like I said, the scrub acts as an antiseptic. It will take all the dead skin cells off, and it will go into the pores to really get that debris in the pores out, lifted out. Now, because it's like really messy, I don't use my gauzes to begin with. I get the damp cotton pads, and I'll take the excess off with that first. Otherwise, I will not be able to use my gauze at all for anything else. It just looks really dirty. So once the residue of the tamarind scrub is taken off, then go back with your gauzes. And the water should be warm, whereas the next bowl of water I'm going to use is going to be cold. Okay, now I take the toner, put the toner into the damp cotton pads. I'm going to tone off the residue of the scrub. This one smells nice too. It's got neroli, rose water in it. It's extracts of neroli flowers and rose flowers, and it's also got salicylic acid in it, which again cleans up the pores beautifully. This is a good prep to use before a peel, because it won't leave any grease, any dirt, any sort of residue onto the skin, so the peel can actually just go straight down into the next layer of the epidermis. So I have two tissues. I'm going to use this for the toning off, and then the second one, if she needs extractions, I'm going to extract. But because I'm doing the dermaplaning, it's actually quite nice. The dermaplaning will actually remove a lot of her gunk. There are many different sizes of scalpels. I actually started, when I started doing this, I was using this little one, and it took me so long to do the treatment, so I've become a bit wiser now, and as you get better as well, there's no need. This little one is a lot sharper, and it takes twice as long to do the treatment, so I don't use this anymore. This one is like size 10. So now I use a larger one, which is like size 20. Much easier, much better to use. Got a lot of sort of acne sort of scarring, and that's recent, it's not actually healed up. I'm going to avoid that. What you do want is by the side of her, take a damp cotton pad and you're going to put everything you collect onto this. All I'm doing is, you can see I'm not using this sharp point on the skin at all. I'm using the rounded edge to actually take my dead skin off. And I'm going to maneuver it on the face in different sort of ways so that this sharp edge doesn't get to the skin. That's when you can actually cut the skin. You always need to stretch, otherwise you're going to end up cutting her. These I would avoid. Yeah, so look, this one here, I'm going to start my treatment from here, and I'll stop here. Yeah, so if this acne scarring had healed up, I would definitely do it and take it off, but it's actually in the raw stage. You're taking away many more layers of the epidermis with this than you are with microdermabrasion, without sensitizing the skin in any shape or form. I think it's much more effective than a chemical peel, and it's kinder because it doesn't dry up the skin. Whereas to take this level of dead skin off, you would normally do that with a chemical peel, and that chemical peel is going to dry your skin mega. You know, this doesn't at all. See, the open pores will be less evident after this. Can you see this? For the forehead, just do the sweeps up. It's just so much easier. The peach fluff is fine to take off with this, but anything more, not really necessary. So I would leave that I could take off, but that definitely not. Just helps to calm the skin down, especially if you're going to put the peel on afterwards. Now make sure with the before you apply the peel, eye pads are on in case she looks up. You just never know. And then the peel that I'm going to use is, rather than the whitening peel, normally I would use the whitening peel, but you can see she's got quite a bit of breakout here, so I'm going to use the salicylic acid peel, which is our Clarify peel. The Clarify peel's got more salicylic acid, it's also got lactic acid and glycolic acid, so all the three acids are going to really work. The salicylic will actually really help her all the congestion down here. And it's an antiseptic as well, which means that she's not going to get any further breakouts in that area because they've been managed, the bacteria has been managed. Where she's got the light and dark patches, lactic acid will really help that. And the glycolic acid will help with the smoothing of the skin, and it will give the skin a bit of hydration. So the 3-in-1 really help. I actually don't like the 1 acid peels at all.
Why don't you like them?
Because they only do one job. Yeah, I think everyone has a problem where they need the skin cleaning out, the brightening of the skin, hydration. So I think most peels should have a combination. But the combination should be different according to the problem that you're working on. For example, the Clarify peel actually has got more salicylic acid in it. This is going to sting a little bit. Okay, for 1 minute it's going to sting. Because we've done the dermaplaning and because you've got like live sort of, you know, scarring, it's going to sting, but only for 1 minute. Huge, because you've taken away the, almost like otherwise you're putting the peel on your dead layers. So now the dead layers are removed. You're delivering the peel into the next layer. Look, when you do the peel around the eye area, hold the cotton pad. Because it's liquid, it's safe to hold the cotton pad, just go around, and the nose area as well. That's going to sting on the nose. I've got a bit of a cut there. Okay, so you're very good. I've had clients say, get that off. Okay, so now because you're not bringing in a sort of liquid here, and it's my brush that's a bit wet, I can then go in a little bit close to the eye contour, and then I'm okay. And then the cotton pad doesn't need to be there after you've applied the peel. It's only for the safety you're doing that. Okay, and only near the eyes. So that's my half done. The second half, so this side of the face I'm going outwards. Yeah, and with the nose I'm actually going downwards rather than up because I don't want to go towards the eye area. And the other side I am going to go outwards again. So if you're going to do the nose area, right, when you do this with the peel, the product is going to drip from the brush, and there's a chance of it going into the eye area. So always make sure that your finger is there and you've got the cotton pad there before you apply the peel to the nose, and you're doing it not in upwards direction, you're actually applying the peel in a downward direction on the nose. Make sure that you do that. Okay, same on the other side. And you hold on to the cotton pad. Once there's no liquid on there, then you can go back near the eye area and you can just smooth out. Okay, so you can see her skin's gone quite red here. That's quite normal. And that's because of the dermaplaning. These peels don't react generally, but because we've done scrubbing, we've done the dermaplaning, the skin's actually a little bit sensitized, but it doesn't matter, we can actually calm it down later. I've got some left, although I use half a pipette, I've still got some peel left. So once that layer goes in, I might just put the second layer on her scarring. So at this point, you normally would take the peel off. I think what's really good after the peel is Mask Regenerate. Just put that on. And this has got menthol in it, so it will really help to calm the skin down and rebalance it after the peel. So this Mask Regenerate is especially for after the peels. And you can put it over the peel. The peel self-neutralizes, so there's no need to neutralize the peel at all. And just let it be on the skin under the mask. Mask is very soothing, it's cooling, it's got menthol in it. It's got camphor in it as well, and lots of essential oils to really hydrate the skin. The kaolin will keep the skin from gunking up at all. So where she's got like congestion, it will help to keep the pores clean. Apply one side of the face first in an outward direction and then go back to the other side. Apply it outwards again. The mask is left on for no more than 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to get my BB serums ready. And this needs to be removed with chilled water. At this point, I'll just go and wash all my bowls and come back. Peel, it's so much better to remove it with cold water. Okay, here we go. It's amazing that red, bright red skin is no longer bright red at all with the peel. And the mask has really calmed it down.
It felt really soothing.
Did it?
Yeah.
Most therapists would look at your skin and go, shit, I can't put peel on this. It was like quite frightening, the red. But I'd say that even the peels would calm it down because of the way that they're actually formulated. Well, most therapists would laugh if I said put the peel on to calm the skin down. Like, are you crazy? Before we put the peel on, it was really red from the dermaplaning. It was very sensitive, and even during the peel it was really sensitive, and a lot of erythema had built up, especially in this area. The mask and the peel have really calmed it down. Yeah, the skin is just completely back to normal. It's a little bit puffy here, but the redness has gone down, and the marks here are looking so much better. When she came in, they were looking angry, but now they're really not angry. Look much better visually, you can see. I'm going to put a serum with the BB first, and I've got a choice of like 2 or 3 different serums. I can use a serum with retinol in here, which would be good for her. I can use a hyaluronic acid serum, vitamin C, whatever serum, whatever skin conditions she's got, I'm going to customize it. Okay, this shouldn't feel painful, it's just a bit strange. There's no needles on it. So this Dermapen is up to 3.0. We're going to do on here 2.0 on around the nose and the bony areas. We're going to take it down to 1.0. Okay, so there's no needles on it. It's just like a diamond dermabrasion head, which, let me show you. Hang on, I'm just going to show you the head. Okay, so if you look at the head here, there's no needles on it. It's a bit like diamond dermabrasion. It's a bit scratchy, but doesn't hurt or anything. Okay, so the speed, I'm going to have it on like 2.0. This is the point here, 2.0 for the cheek area, and I'm going to have it on the highest speed. But you can see already the serum's just gone into her skin. I've used the hyaluronic acid serum and it's just gone in, so I'm going to have to reapply. Choice of 2 BB serums. This one is for lightening and brightening the skin. It's a lighter one, it's a bit more liquidy. This serum is really good because it's not the usual serum. You can see this, it's very much lighter than it's very much lighter than some of the other serums. This one, because it's so watery, it helps to penetrate into the skin layers, and it's water-based. Whereas serums like this, they're all oil-based, right? Oil-based serum is not going to penetrate as well as into the lower epidermis as well as a water-based one. So I'm actually supplying and choosing the water-based one. This one is like for lightening, brightening the skin, pigmentation. It's got 25 ingredients in there. They're peptides, amino acids, antioxidants. So pretty much it's like food for the skin in a bottle. This is probably one of the best treatments I have ever done. This is just supplying the skin with nourishment, with food, and the fact that it's got a tint in it is just an added bonus. I think the BB treatment's here to stay, because I've had it done personally, and you know, I don't even put foundation on now. The results will last about 3 weeks, and then you do it again. But there's so much more to this. The way that I've customized this treatment, there's so much more. There's the dermaplaning, there is chemical peel with it, there's the mask, and then the BB is just the cherry on the cake. So I'm just going to put it on. I'm just going to spritz it onto the skin. I've made sure that it's all blended through, and I've shaken it. It's all blended through, and now I'm just going to apply it. I'm just going to saturate the skin with the BB serum. Okay, it's very liquidy. This serum is very liquidy compared to the other serums that you get, but it's water-based, and it will penetrate far deeper than the oil-based one. So the results would be much better with this one than the other ones, but you've got to make sure that you use this in the correct way. You've got to make sure that you've actually got your hand there to support, because it's liquidy, it will run everywhere. Yes, make sure that you know, you're safe with it. Make sure our eyes are closed, and I'm just going to apply it now and go with this one. I've set the Dermapen, I've set it on 2.0 and on the fastest speed. There's two types of movements you can do. You can do up and down to begin with, and then circular. We've done most of the stages of the BB facial. We've done the cleansing, dermaplaning, chemical peel, put a mask on. So got the skin really clean, got rid of all the dead skin cells, which is something unusual. Most people do the BB glow with just the peel and cleanse. So I've got a choice of 2 different types of serums, and I'm using the BB serum that's water-based rather than oil-based, purely because it helps to penetrate deeper and has a better effect. BB Glow serums have got like 25 antioxidants, peptides, and it's almost like food for the skin. It's food for the skin in a bottle, really. It's so beneficial for the skin. Any skin can benefit from it. So the best thing about this treatment is that whoever walks into the salon, they can have it. Generally, a lot of the treatments I do, or my salon does, is basically all to do with needles. It's mesotherapy, needling, Botox fillers. Very few treatments where, you know, you can actually give a result and there's no pain. No pain at all with this one. And a lot of the BB serum treatments are sold as, you know, semi-permanent foundation for the skin. Don't agree. There's no way the foundation in your skin is going to stay, no matter which brand you're using. I actually sell this treatment as something that's really going to be beneficial for your skin, and I say it's a skin health treatment more than a skin color treatment. We've tried all the different brands, and none of the brands, the BB Glow, will actually stay in your skin beyond a few days. So don't sell it as that. It needs to be sold as a skin brightening treatment, a skin radiance treatment that will almost like be very sort of healthy, much more than a lot of the other facials. And you don't require a lot of products. It just doesn't need a lot of products. The only product that's going to cost you a bit is your BB serum. You're still using the same Dermapen. This is a nano needle instead of the other needle. So no, not very costly to do, but for the client, I think it's one of the best treatments. This glow will last in their skin for a good 3 to 4 weeks. and that's something that, you know, you just don't see. I had the treatment done like almost 3 weeks ago. I still don't feel the need to put my foundation on. I've got blusher on, eye makeup and lipstick, but nothing. And she's got dark circles here, so you know, you can work backwards and forwards, very, very sort of, you know, light movements into the dark circles. It's brilliant for dark circles because it has got a lightening agent called glutathione. Glutathione will really help to brighten the dark circles there. And you leave it on. It's literally just in circular movements. You're pushing it into the epidermis. This treatment is meant for the epidermis. It's not a treatment that you're going to penetrate through into the dermis, and it's never going to help the dermis, whereas Dermapen would. So you just want to make sure that your epidermis is nice and healthy, and that will reflect how good the skin looks. It's okay to work lower down, but what about the epidermis? Where she's got marks from, you know, squeezing the spots, they will all lighten, brighten. They will heal up really quickly because the vitamins is accelerating the process of renewal for the skin. Now on the forehead, it feels really weird. So what you've got to do on the forehead is don't do circular movements, just go up and down in small movements. See, again, she soaked it all in. So don't ever do it on dry skin. Make sure the skin is actually liquid. It's just, you know, you've got movement. You have to have movement, otherwise you're dragging the skin. And the more BB serum you put on, the better. Very, very uncomfortable if you were to do circular movements on the forehead. So just go little movements backwards and forwards. You're still planting the serum in to the deeper layers. And don't do really long movements because it just feels quite odd for her. I actually last Saturday had 4 clients for other facials, and I converted all of them to BB Glow treatments because I wanted like testimonials and reviews for it, and I tell you, all of them are going to stick to BB. We had really good results. One lady's been coming to me for 15 years and she's had every single facial that I've done. So I sort of said, okay, today we're not going to do the, we were going to do the laser rejuvenation that day. And I'm like, I'm not doing the laser rejuvenation, let's do BB. And she went, what's BB? I've never heard of it. So I said, okay, let's just experience it and then you tell me, you know. So I talked her through the treatment, and obviously she trusts me, so she's not going to say no. We did it, and she texted me the following day saying, oh my God, my skin's still glowing. It feels like I've had foundation on my skin. A week later, I said, give me a call a week later because I want to see what it's like. So she called me. She actually phoned me. She called me a week later, and still the glow is still here, you know. And it wasn't only the glow. It's almost like not the need to put the foundation on anymore. It's like the skin just on every level was looking really radiant. And so she's booked a next treatment, and it's a BB Glow. It's nothing else. Okay, so now I'm going to put the LED light on, and for you it feels like you're in Spain. It's just a really nice relaxing feel. I'm going to put goggles on because with that I need to do that. Okay. So put the iPads on the client, put the goggles on, and then put the light on before you put it on the client, whichever light you want. The red light is really stimulating and it's going to be good for anti-aging. The blue light is antibacterial, good for acne, oily skin, which is what I'm going to put on her. Yellow is calming. So if someone's got sensitive skin and you want to calm the skin down, then you use the yellow. Green is also for calming, but not necessarily sensitive skin. So if they reacted to derma rollers or a treatment and you wanted to calm it down, you'd put it on the green. Even the yellow would be good. But the stimulating one to really stimulate the collagen is the red one. So anti-aging is going to be red. Whichever light, it doesn't matter. But for the BB Glow, I actually don't like to put the red one on. It's not that type of treatment. It's not an anti-aging treatment, so I don't want to put the red one on. Blue, I'm only doing the blue today because she's got like a breakout. That's going to really help. My normal choice would be green or yellow. If they've got a sensitive skin naturally, it's going to be yellow. If it's reacted, then it's going to be green. So I mean, all the lights are different. You can pick this up from internet, you can pick it up from eBay, Amazon, wherever else. But basically, when you pick it up, you've got to check that the nanometers actually work. Otherwise, it's a nothing treatment. We've tried a few, you know, because like everyone else, we sort of think, okay, eBay is cheap and let's go and buy it. And we've actually done tests on clients where we put the red one on and we put it on like for 10 minutes and put the other machine on for 10 minutes as well. And if the nanometers is not correctly synchronized or set, you actually can see a difference in the skin. The skin doesn't turn red, there's no changes to the skin. So I say if you buy one of these, you've got to make sure that, but you're never going to know. If you buy one, you're never going to know till you use it how good it is. It should react. If you put it on, the red one is the most visual one. When you put it on red for about 5-7 minutes, it should react. You should have erythema into the skin. But with the, if it's not got the right nanometers, it's going to have no change to the skin at all. I did my first BB glow and I used the new one that I bought. Didn't think anything of it. I thought the old one was fine. Left the client on this machine for, I thought, oh, I'll just go and tidy up and leave her on, come back in like 10-15 minutes and all good to go. 7 minutes later, I happened to come back into the room and oh my god, she was red hot, she was sensitive, and you could see that her skin had heated up in 7 minutes so much that I had to literally take it off. Not realizing that there was a difference in the machine, it was a different machine. Since then, I sort of know, you just got to make sure that your machine has got the correct nanometers in it. If it's like a £50 machine from eBay, just check it out. I know Dermapens don't matter. It doesn't matter whether your Dermapen is £5 or £20 or £50 because Dermapen is Dermapen, it will work. But something like this, you don't know it's going to work and what the settings are. You're working blind. So I'd say if you're going to choose one, make sure that it's a good one when it comes to the LED. It's so not visual.
Difference between face mask and bridge.
The face mask, actually we've got face masks and we use these face masks you see a lot in everywhere. We bought like 3, a gold one and a couple of these white ones, testing them. And basically, when you put that mask on, the pressure on the face is not funny. It just pulls into the eye area and your eyes just feel really quite tight, and it hurt me, so I didn't want it. Also, some people are claustrophobic, and if they're claustrophobic, that one on your skin is not great. I love this one. I've got a hydrofacial machine which comes with this, so what I tend to do is I use this one instead of that. It's personal choice. A lot of people are buying the other mask, but you know, you try it and see what you think. But personally, I would say this is so much nicer. Let me put it on the red and see how amazing. Yeah. And you can have it coming into different sort of colors as well. Yeah, you can set it on different colors, but the red one is really nice, stimulating as well for the skin. So she's had a few minutes of the blue for the anti-bacterial, and then I've turned it on to red to just stimulate her skin to work a bit better. So you can play with the light, and clients, you know, if they just wanted a LED treatment, they can come in for that. You know, I have a client who's got acne. She comes in like for 20 minutes, a couple of times a week, just on the blue. And that's all we do. We clean her skin, we put a peel on, and then do the LED, and then she goes off. There's no fat with. Just have a little look and see what you think.
Oh, it looks a lot better, yeah.
Not all BB serums are the same, so just make sure that the BB serums that you are using are for the right use. You can get BB serums that are good for pigmentation, and skin lightening and whitening, and those serums should have a product called glutathione. Glutathione actually helps the pigmentation, and that serum with the glutathione needs to be water-based rather than oil-based, because the water-based one is actually more likely to get sink down into the skin. The oil-based one won't be able to sort of, be absorbed into the skin. So just make sure, majority of the serums that I've seen on the market are actually oil-based, and they don't have properties that will actually make the serum stay in the skin for that long. Also, the darker serums that you can get with the BB, no matter who says what, they actually don't leave the color on the skin for that long, maybe a couple of days maximum. So don't sell it as semi-permanent foundation, because it just doesn't keep it on for that long, not long enough for the clients to be happy with. But if you sort of say, it's like I take BB Glow serum treatment as a treatment for healthy skin. It's going to really make the skin look healthy, radiance, and give it that glow. So I sell it as that rather than semi-permanent foundation. I don't think I think it's missold if we do say it's semi-permanent foundation. It's got titanium dioxide in there, and that titanium dioxide is the same product you get in sunblocks in the foundations. So the color is there, but it's not there semi-permanent, and I think a monthly glow facial will really keep the skin looking radiant and glowing, and it's great for a special occasion. I found it really good. The serum that I'm using, I actually brought in from Korea, especially because I wanted a lightening, brightening effect, and it's brilliant for dark circles. You can see this model, she had really bad dark circles here, and it seems to have sort of almost like diminished the dark circles just by one treatment. So sell it as that rather than a semi-permanent foundation treatment. After BB, just don't apply anything on your skin for about 6 hours, because the BB serum actually continues working. So and there won't be a need to put any foundation or anything on. After 2 to 3 days, it's actually really settled into the skin, and the skin starts to glow. I've noticed that with this, even after an hour it changes, even after a few hours it changes. Okay, so just allow to go with that process. And if you did want to have a treatment, it's literally, for you, it will be just a one every now and then. But if someone wanted a lightening effect on the skin, probably once every month for 3 to 4 months. And then the BB serum holds in the skin. Then you can just have an odd maintenance. But if you were doing it for lightening and whitening purposes, then of course obviously is necessary, but sometimes you just want a good glow in the skin, a special occasion, maybe a wedding, night out, whatever. Yeah.
Thank you.